Delta? Is there any drama to report on? We're almost out of replicated coffee.
Well, there is a story going on about YouTube's hottest doctor.
What, that Dr. Mike guy?
Correct.
What are you talking about? We need drama to report on so we can get more coffee. That's our job. Dr. Mike? Yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos, but that guy's like the nicest guy ever, and he's always preaching about, to wear a mask during coronavirus. And oh, jeez, what is that? What did he do?
That's what I was trying to tell you, meatbag.
Okay. I'm gonna look into this. Meanwhile, prepare to broadcast. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Welcome back to Non-Essential News, your home for Earth entertainment. In today's story, Dr. Mike, one of the pinnacles of YouTube doctor stuff, was involved in a scandal. Guys, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Mike, he's such a nice guy. He's really good looking. Okay, he's a doctor. How could he do something wrong? Well, that's what I thought, okay? And that's why I looked into this story for you guys to let you know what's up. A few days ago, a couple articles came out, and this one's from the New York Post, and it says, Instagram's hottest doctor called out for partying maskless on a boat. A Manhattan-based celebrity physician known as Instagram's hottest doctor was caught partying maskless on a boat in Miami after months of stressing the importance of face covering to his millions of followers. Mikhail Varshavsky, aka Dr. Mike. Oh, I didn't know he was like full-on Russian, was photographed rubbing elbows with a group of bikini-clad women in Sunset Harbor during his 31st birthday bash, despite also urging the public to social distance during the pandemic. Images show the shirtless doc giving one of the women a neck rub and posing without a mask next to a bottle of champagne, sparking outrage from fans who called him a hypocrite. I mean, you gotta practice what you preach, and if this is true, which it obviously is, we'll get to that. It's just kind of a big disappointment to see someone like Dr. Mike, who has made several, if not many videos preaching the importance of safety during the pandemic. And if you're not going to practice what you preach, then how do you expect your followers to respect you? Dr. Mike has made it very notable that he's very vocal about being safe during the pandemic and wearing a mask and the importance of wearing a mask. He's known for quotes like this: "Please, if you're going outside in public and are going to be around other people, wear a mask. It doesn't matter if it's silk, cotton, or a surgical grade. The purpose of a mask is to limit the respiratory droplets that you put out into the environment." Aside from quotes, Dr. Mike has made full-blown videos about COVID detailing the safety and how to carry out best practices.
Now with COVID-19 having so many asymptomatic sick patients, meaning that we don't even know they're sick, perhaps there's some logic in having everyone wear these masks.
So long story short, Dr. Mike, who is clearly not practicing what he preaches, he went from New York all the way to Miami to attend a houseboat party with like 15 other people, and nobody was wearing masks. Nobody was carrying out these safety precautions that Dr. Mike has been so vocal about.
Is it okay if I throw a mini party but we all stay 6 feet apart? The answer to this question is a hard no. Social distancing means physical distancing, and more than 6 feet apart.
Now, Dr. Mike probably will come back from this. He'll probably be just fine, but a lot of the backlash from this particular situation stems from his apology video, which was uploaded onto his second channel with only 63,000 subscribers. Now you can see from the like to dislike ratio, people are not exactly having it.
This pandemic has absolutely taken a toll on all of our physical and mental well-beings. You know, whether you're a nurse, a contractor, a doctor, or regretfully unemployed. It's been a tough year.
I'm not exactly sure why he starts off the video saying that, because all that does is make me see him in a worse light. I get what he's trying to say. He's basically trying to say like, hey, it's been tough for everybody, even me. And that's why I decided to do this. That's why I decided to take this risk. But I feel like it's not the best idea to start off with phrasing your apology with the fact that you just didn't want to follow the rules, especially when you're the one preaching those rules.
I spent this pandemic in New York, but a few weeks ago, I went down to Miami to my father's apartment. And I want to talk to you about that trip because I learned a very important lesson that I want to discuss with you.
Now you can watch the video yourself, but to basically sum up what he says, the important lesson that he learned is that he said that even though he was willing to take the risk because he thought the risk was so small. He tested negative for COVID. He said all his friends were testing negative for COVID. He thought it was a low risk. Dr. Mike explains that it was still wrong and it was still a stupid mistake, which it was. He said that he checked water guidance activities so that he could get a better idea of how best to take this trip. But what's interesting to note is that one of the things, this is in his video, this picture, screenshot is in his video. It says boats 36 feet or greater, 8 adults maximum plus children, maximum of 10 on the boat, or 50% of the rated capacity, whichever is greater. So it's great that Dr. Mike is explaining all of this and explaining his actions, and he's admitting that he was wrong. That's great. We gotta commend the doctor on that. But the problem is, I mean, there's more than 10 people on that boat. In this picture, I mean, don't get me wrong, math was not my favorite subject in school. I count 15 people, including Dr. Mike, and none of them are wearing masks. They're all huddled up close to each other, and all of them are just chilling out in bathing suits. I mean, like, can you make it even worse for spreading COVID? It's just a really bad look. And the other big thing that a lot of people are kind of upset about is that Dr. Mike uploaded this apology onto his second channel with only 63,000 followers. A lot of people agree that this probably should have been on the main channel, because when you upload something like this, a scandal that you went through, and you upload your apology video on a second channel of yours, that's just a bad look for any YouTuber. It just makes it look like you don't want people to know about this. You don't want people to know that you fucked up.
And that's why you should always use a VPN to cover your tracks. I personally love using ExpressVPN.
Delta, wrong video. And we don't even have any sponsors. Here are some of the comments on his apology video. I'm getting tired of people in power saying, stay at home, and not doing it themselves. This isn't a mistake, it's a choice, Chile. What does Chile mean? Why are people saying Chile in the comments? I'm not on Earth anymore, guys, I'm in space. Well, I don't know what all this new lingo is. You are such a coward. Why is this not on your main channel? I see you. Millions of students can't graduate. Millions of people unemployed. Millions of people suffering from mental health issues due to isolation. Millions of proper doctors and nurses struggling to cope mentally. Every person who has had a birthday celebrated alone. Elderly people isolated from their families. But Mike goes to Miami when traveling, and it's frowned upon, parties on a boat full of strangers, friends, quote unquote, from multiple households. This is not even on his main channel? That's sus in and of itself, because he doesn't want to expose his wrongdoings to more people. I didn't know you had a second channel. This really should have been posted on your main channel. I really trust your guidance and information throughout the pandemic. Goes to show that even doctors can't follow their own medical advice. All in all, I think Dr. Mike is going to recover from this just fine. I think he definitely learned his lesson. Like, at least he definitely learned not to do this again, because you're gonna get caught, dude. Like, you're a celebrity doctor. Like, you have millions of followers. You're not gonna get away with doing something like this, okay? So don't. And I don't think he will. I think he learned his lesson in that regard, at least. This goes back to something that I always tell people that influencers should try to, adhere to. If you're going to be somebody who has a following, you need to make sure that you are a good role model to those people, because they will follow you. Okay, that's why they're called followers. So if you're preaching about safety and, wearing a mask and not attending COVID parties, then you need to do that, whether it's your birthday or not. We're all struggling, like you said. Everybody is struggling. Everybody's having a hard time. Many people are having it much harder than Dr. Mike. All in all, it's interesting to see what'll happen in the future, but let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, hit that sub button if you're new, because I cover all the hot tea here, not coffee, because I'm out of that.
Also, follow us on twitch.tv/TerryTVLive.
Yes, follow us on Twitch, because I stream there when I'm not making YouTube videos. It's a lot of fun. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RealTerryTV. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Good night.